We've been trying to catch up with some of the Kitchener Rangers from this past season, and I am pleased to be joined by Axel Bergkvist, defenseman from the Kitchener Rangers this past season, joining us all the way from Sweden. First and foremost, Axel, happy belated birthday. I know you celebrated a birthday this week. Thanks for joining us, and what did you do for your birthday?
Thank you very much for having me, and thank you for the birthday wishes. I didn't do a lot. We had 2 practices, I think. I didn't do that much, just enjoying the day.
So you had 2 practices. So let's talk about that, because I want you to tell us where you are actually in Sweden right now, and what that means.
I'm in a town called Karlskoga, and this is the town and the team that I'm going to be playing for next year. It's a team in the 2nd division in Sweden. It's kind of in the middle of Sweden, actually. 2.5 hours south from my hometown, so that's not too bad. I'm looking forward to play here for the next year.
Well, congratulations on the contract. I'm sure it's good for you to be out on the ice again amidst everything we're going on here over the entirety of the world. Let's talk about your first season overall, Axel, because I call it your first season, but obviously a long hockey resume for you. Your OHL season this past year. What did you find the OHL taught you in terms of being a hockey player, being a person, being a teammate, and maybe some of the differences between North America and Europe?
Yeah, well, this has been for sure my biggest and most fun year in my life so far, both on and off the ice. I've learned a ton of new things, like I said, both on and off the ice. I had so much fun during this year, so it was just awesome. Coming to a whole new country, that was the first big thing. Learn your culture and the culture of Kitchener Rangers too. Learn the league, get to know my teammates, the staff, the opponents, all that. So everything was new for me. But I've learned a lot. I got so many good experiences from the past year, so it's been great.
Axel, I'm glad you mentioned the culture of what it's like to be for the Kitchener Rangers. Here I am wearing my Our Town Strong t-shirt, and a lot of people have a hard time putting it into words. If you were asked, what does it mean to a hockey player to play in this community, to play in Kitchener, what advice would you give someone down the road that you know is going to be coming and joining the Kitchener Rangers?
I would say just give 100% all the time, in practice, in games, when you're doing stuff with the team, at your billets, and when you're visiting some kids in the school or something, just 100% all the time. If it goes well or not on the ice, it doesn't matter if you give 100%. You're going to be loved by the fans and everyone around you. So that would be my biggest thing, I think.
How important is the billet family for a player coming over here, especially someone coming from overseas? That connection with the billet family. Talk a bit about your billet family and what they meant to you specifically.
Yeah, they've been so great to me this year. They have a huge part in my success this year. And they took care of me and Willie, because I lived with Willie too. From the first moment we met each other, we felt like home right away. Like I said, they've been a huge part of both me and Willie's success during this year, and I can't thank them enough for what they've done for me and him this year. It's been unbelievable. And we still have some contact, and they were supposed to come and visit this summer in Sweden, but now during these circumstances they can't. So I'm looking forward to meet them again.
Kitchener Rangers have looked to Sweden often for some impact players and administration. How does it feel to you to be part of that Swedish legacy of the players and now even the coaches that have been a part of this organization?
Well, I'm very proud. I'm very proud first of that they chose me in the drafts, and that I was able to play for Kitchener Rangers. and just look up in the rafter. There's so many great players that have played there before, and Gabe Landeskog, Rickard Hogg, Patrick Anderson, Gustav Franzen. They're all very good hockey players and very good persons. So yeah, I spoke to Rickard a lot because we're friends from the past, and he just told me great stuff about Kitchener before I came. So yeah, it was an easy decision to come after I spoke to him.
So, Axel, how is life in Sweden right now in the midst of a global pandemic involving COVID-19, and what are you doing to keep yourself busy these days?
We do have some team practices and team training, only with a group of four guys at a time. But we don't have any quarantine here or anything like you guys have. So we're pretty soft on that. In that area. Otherwise, we're just trying to keep social distancing and just try to stay home and stay safe. Don't do anything that you would do if it wasn't the pandemic or the coronavirus. So yeah, we're just trying to keep it in a good way with the social distancing and stuff like that. So we're pretty fortunate to still be able to meet friends, meet family. So yeah, we're lucky to have that at least.
I know across the board there was disappointment in terms of how the season ended for everybody on every single team, but specifically for the Rangers, Axel, when you guys came together the way you did and the way you had just kind of found your stride as a team, is it a little more frustrating knowing that this team really could have accomplished something? And in your mind, was this a potential championship team?
For sure. Of course. We had something great going on there, I think. Like you said, we came together as a group. And there's a special feeling when you can, in the locker room, when you just know that this is a really good team and we can do something good. So yeah, it's more disappointing when we had that good chance to get far, to go far in the playoffs. So yeah, that shook all of us a little extra.
So I want to revisit something that happened late in the season. I think it was Family Day. It was on the road in Hamilton. You guys are playing, the Rangers are playing a matinee against the Bulldogs. An epic comeback win, but more so than the score, there was a moment in that game when you just swapped spots from defense up to the forward on a faceoff, and you and Isaac Nurse dropped the gloves immediately after the puck went down. What happened behind the scenes to lead to that?
Yeah, there was two things behind that. The first one was that I really wanted to fight under my belt that year, because I know that I would have regret that if I didn't do it. And the second one is that we played two really bad games before that. We lost both of them, and then we just got scored after, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes maybe. And I just felt that it was a good time to do it, and I really wanted to do it, and we needed to step up as a team too, and I wanted to give some energy to the guys.
Well, you mission accomplished both of those goals there, because you got that fight under your belt, which is something I know Rickard Hogg had vocally said that he regretted not having in his time in the OHL.
He just says that. He just says that.
and
he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see that. Rickard's a class act, but I don't know that we all want to see that.
Yeah.
And secondly, you did spur the team. That really sparked the team, and it was a great comeback victory. And I suppose that made it all worth it in the end, did it not?
Yeah, for sure. Of course. The guys were fired up, and me as well. So yeah, it ended up good. Yeah.
So finally, I just want to ask you, let's have a little fun with this at the end, because, I've interviewed a number of Swedish players over the time I've worked at Rogers TV with the Kitchener Rangers. But why don't you teach me a little Swedish? Why don't you teach me how to say, let's say, drop the puck? How would I say drop the puck in Swedish?
So if I'm a centerman and I would scream to the ref, drop the puck, that would be släpp pucken.
All right, I'm going to give that a shot. Släpp
Yeah,
pucken.
Yeah, that's right. It's perfect.
Nailed it?
Yeah.
I wish I had my Rogers
Perfect.
TV mic to just drop right there. Släpp pucken.
Yeah.
I'll remember
Släpp
that.
pucken.
Okay.
Yeah, you should.
How would I say I need a haircut in Swedish? Because my hair is the longest it's been in 25 years.
So I need a haircut is jag behöver klippa mig.
Sorry?
Jag behöver klippa mig.
Jag behöver klippa mig.
Not really. Jag behöver, that's right.
Jag behöver.
Yeah. Klippa
mig.
Yeah, that's right. Try it once more.
Well, if there are any Swedish hairdressers that are available right now, I'm now able to get.
I'm gonna go tomorrow too, just around the corner.
Yeah. Well, Axel, thanks so much for taking time. You really made an impact both on the ice, off the ice, and in the community in your time here. And we really thank you for taking time to catch up with us. Best of luck with everything in the future.
Thank you very much for having me.